Over the years, I've tried many different brands, but the one I've always recommended is a Eheim heater. I first used this 30 years ago, and in all my tanks in the hobby, I've never heard of one exploding. I did make the mistake of buying a cheaper Chinese heater for my quarantine tank once. One cracked when I took it out and placed it on the floor. Eheim heaters, on the other hand, are made of some kind of shatter-resistant glass, so they're well engineered. I think it's a good practice to replace heaters every 5 years, and maybe repurpose them and use them on a saltwater mixing vat until they eventually stop working. That said, I've had Eheim heaters running for 5+ years without a single issue. Equally important as a heater is a controller. Now, this isn't something you absolutely need on day one because every heater comes with its own controller, but those built-in controllers are more prone to failing on the on position, and you won't know there's a problem until it's too late. That's why I'm glad I discovered the Inkbird controller. It's a simple device that controls your heater, turns it on and off based on the temperature range you set. You can set it to be more precise, but that means your heater will switch on and off more frequently, leading to a shorter lifespan. Instead, I give it about 1.5 to 2 degree swing, so at the top of my display you'll see what the temperature of the Inkbird is set to, and below that you'll see the current tank temperature. Very easy to spot this every day when I walk down. Most hobbyists with controllers like Neptune's Apex or Hydros controllers use them to manage both heating and cooling through temperature sensors. I use a Hydros controller myself, but mainly just for monitoring my tank temperature. When it comes to controlling my heaters, I prefer the Inkbird controller. I like having my heater controller separately from my Hydros controller for redundancy. If my Hydros controller ever failed, I'm still covered. But plus, I love the digital readout from the Inkbird. I just have to do a walkthrough and glance at it, and I know exactly where the temperature is and where it's supposed to be. However, when I'm on vacation or away from home, I use the Hydros to check the temperature remotely. It's always between 77 to 78 degrees, so I know everything is running smoothly. Since the Inkbird is designed specifically to maintain temperature, I just trust it more to do its one job. My Wi-Fi goes down. I'm not sure how the Hydros would manage the heating properly, but the Inkbird doesn't rely on Wi-Fi, so I trust it will keep doing its job. If the temperature falls out of range, the alarm is loud enough for the entire house to hear. Over the years, that alarm has helped me catch issue or even one of the heaters failing. In addition to using a controller, I recommend using 2 smaller heaters instead of 1 larger one. In my 400-gallon tank, I use 2 300-watt Eheim heaters during the spring and summer months. In the winter, I add a third 300-watt heater because the temperatures can drop from 75 degrees. So from November through February, that extra heater really helps keep things stable.